12th Zoology video class, Chapter 2, Part 6, Oogenesis. What is oogenesis? Oogenesis is the process of development of female gamete or ovum or egg in the ovaries. That is we call as a oogenesis. What is oogenesis means? Process of development of gametes in the ovary. That is a simple term. During fetal development. What is fetal development? When the child growing in the mother's womb or mother's uterus, that is we call as a during fetal development. During that time, certain cells in the germinal epitheliums of fetal ovary divided by mitosis. The ovary, there will be a germinal epithelium cells will be there. In that cells, which is present in the ovary, they divide by mitosis. You know what do you mean by mitosis? Mitosis means increase in number. That is we call as a mitosis. And produce million of egg mother cells or oogonia. So during development of female gametes, what happens? The cells which presents in the ovary, the epithelium, germinal epithelium, they undergo for mitosis and they produce millions of egg mother cells, and that egg mother cells is also called as a oogonia. So once if it is formed, then no more oogonia formed or added after birth. So during development stage of child, that time only the egg will be formed. After that, there is no extra egg, no added, nothing will be formed. The oogonial cells start dividing and enter into the prophase 1 of meiotic divisions 1 to form primary oocytes, which are temporarily arrested at this stage. So once this oogenesis process, we say discontinuous process. How it is discontinuous process means during development of child in the mother's womb, during that time, the first month the child undergo, the female child in the ovary which they present inside the mother womb, the first month they'll get 17,000 egg, then third month they get 3 lakhs, and afterwards then 7 millions. When they come out from the mother's womb, during delivery time, they get millions of eggs will be formed. Millions of egg will be formed. So during puberty, then there will be the divisions will be stopped here. The process will not take place. When the female child attend puberty, during that times, what happens? The millions of cells will be formed in the ovary during puberty or after puberty from 60,000 to 80,000. From 60,000 to 80,000. So this is what the information is about the ovary. Now I'll tell you how the oogenesis are formed. We'll see the diagram which I seen earlier here. So this is the process of oogenesis. This is the process of oogenesis. Here, as we are seeing oogonia, the mother's womb, that's their presence in the 2n diploid set of chromosomes will be there. 46 chromosomes will be there. The fetal life, child life. Fetal means child life, and they undergo the oogonia. They undergo for mitotic divisions. Mitotic means or they increase in number, and once they increase the number, means each number they get 2n diploid set of chromosomes as a 46 chromosomes, and they oogonia, they become as a primary oocytes by the process of mitotic divisions. Once the primary oocytes they form, during that time the meiosis 1 will take place. Meiosis 1 completed prior to ovulations. So ovulation means discharging of egg we call as the ovulations. The meiosis 1 completed and the primary oocyte they form as secondary oocytes. Meiosis 1 completed prior to ovulations. During that time what happens? The primary oocytes while they form secondary oocyte at the time two number of chromosomes will be formed. Single N. Two applied set of chromosomes will be formed. One applied set of chromosomes is the one polar body, and another one set of chromosomes is the one secondary oocytes. Both are secondary oocytes only. Here, since the nutrients are more in one oocytes, they become a large in size. Since the nutrients are less, the cytoplasms are less in that one number, they become as a first polar body. The secondary oocytes, they become adult reproductive life and completions of meiosis 2, the ovums will be formed. The completions of meiosis 2, the ovum will be formed. When that ovum will be formed means when the sperms will go and just contact in the egg, during that time only the ovumes will be formed. And here we will come back to our textbook. Take out our textbook, your textbook, and just we will continue now. Here up to primary oocytes we have seen, which are temporarily arrested at this stage. The primary oocytes then get surrounded by a single layers of granulosa cells to form primordial or primary follicles. A large number of follicles degenerate during the period of from birth to puberty. This already I told you. From birth to puberty, there is a large number of eggs will be destroyed. Nearly millions of eggs will be destroyed. Only 60,000 to 80,000 follicles are left in each ovary. Okay, each ovary they form only 60,000 to 80,000 of ovary eggs will be formed. The primary follicles get surrounded by many layers of granulosa cells. Primary follicles get surrounded by many layers of granulosa cells and a new theca layers to form secondary follicles. Here, new theca layers will be formed as a secondary follicles here. New theca will be formed as a secondary follicles. A fluid-filled space, antrum develops in the follicles and get transformed into tertiary follicles. What do you mean by antrum? Degenerating of eggs we call as a antrum. The degenerating of eggs they develops in the follicles and get transformed into a tertiary follicles. The theca layer gets organized into an internal theca, inner theca interna and outer theca externa. The theca layer will be formed two types. One is our inner, another is our outer. That is this is a inner theca interna, outer theca externa. At this time, the primary oocytes within the tertiary follicles grow in size and complete its first meiotic divisions and form secondary oocytes. It is an unequal division resulting in the formations of large applied secondary oocytes and first polar body. The first polar body disintegrates. During fertilizations, the secondary oocytes undergoes second meiotic divisions and produces a large cells, the ovum and second polar body. The second polar body also degenerates. The tertiary follicles eventually become a mature follicles, a Graafian follicle. If fertilization does not take place, the second meiotic divisions is never completed and the egg disintegrates. At the end of gametogenesis in females, each primary oocyte give rise to only one applied ovum. Only one applied ovum will be there. The next one is the one structure of ovum. Next one is the one structure of ovum. Before that one, just this is the sectional view of ovary. This is the sectional view of ovary. I'll show you here. The picture what you're seeing is the one section lateral transfer sections of ovary. You can find the parts which are present in the blood vessels, primordial follicles. Yeah, small follicles. That follicle should become as a each and every month the one egg will be produced, and around the primordial follicles there will be the next one thin layer will be formed, that is because of primary follicles. Then after that the secondary follicles will be formed. Then afterwards the tertiary follicles will be formed. Then once the tertiary follicle forms means the mature Graafian follicles are formed. Then once the mature Graafian follicle means what happens, the secondary oocytes, this they comes out. Okay, so then what is going to be happens next, that's what we are seeing. Then if the during that time, this is what we call as ovulations, when the egg discharge from ovary, that is because of ovulations. The next we'll see the structure of human ovum. So this is the structure of human ovum. The center part nucleus, and around the nucleus there is a germinal vesicles. Then ooplasms are there. Then vitelline membranes are there. Then 3 layers of membranes as a corona radiata, zona pellucida, and vitelline membrane. Here, the human ovum is non-cleardic. What is non-cleardic? The egg which are not covered by shells, that is we call as a non-cleardic. Cleardic means a hen's egg which contains shell, that is because of cleardic. Non-cleardic means that cells which are the eggs which are not covered by the shell, that is we call as a non-cleardic. Next, alecithal. Human ovum is the one alecithal. What is alecithal? Absence of yolk, that is because of alecithal. A means absence, lecithal means that yolk. And microscopic in nature. Microscopic in nature. This microscope too small where we can observe only through the microscope. It is a cytoplasm called as a ooplasm. It is cytoplasm called as a ooplasm and contain large nucleus called germinal vesicles. The ovum is surrounded by 3 covering, namely as inner thin transparent we call as a vitelline membrane, middle thick zona pellucida, and outer thick is a coat of follicular cells called as a corona radiata. Between vitelline membrane and zona pellucida is a narrow pre-vitelline space will be there. Narrow pre-vitelline space will be there. So this is the structure of human ovum. Just go through oogenesis and structure of ovum. Just draw this diagram and learn and draw the section of ovary also. If you have any doubt, you can contact through WhatsApp number. Okay, bye. Take care.